Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, depending on whatever time you happen to be watching my channel. My name is Justine, and I do luxury unboxings of pre-loved items that I happen to find here in Japan, as well as brand new items that I happen to find here in Japan. So today is a little bit no different. I'm going to do another unboxing, and actually this is the video where I actually complete my quadfecta for the Gibeciere, or Gibeciere, yeah, the one that I can't pronounce, but I have like all of them. So if you are new to my channel, hi, welcome. I hope you're excited to be here. If you are returning to my channel, hey girl or guy, how's it going? So today I'm going to finally do the unboxing for the PM size of something I previously purchased. So little backstory on this one. I purchased this one off of Vuitton, a Japanese website, and the first package I originally got was not the correct package, was not the correct item. They had actually, for whatever reason, sent me a wallet. It took me about 4 days to get this resolved, and it was only because I don't know how to ship things here in Japan, so I had to have someone help me ship things in Japan. But it's here, it made it. So this is the final piece for me to complete my quadfecta. So last week I showed you the MM size of this. I misspoke and said that it was the PM size, but this is actually the PM size. So there are 4 of these. You have the PM, the MM, a GM, and a bigger GM version, which I will show later on. So actually in a couple of past other videos, I've shown you the MM and I've shown you one of the GMs, and I will show you the other GM in a later video. So I'm going to do an unboxing video for that, or really an unveiling, and then I will do a comparison of all 4 sizes and tell you what I use them all for. So I have found that sometimes on the pre-loved market that they confuse this one with the Sologon. So they confuse this size for the Gibeciere with the Sologon, but this, one of the ways you can tell is this actually has that brass pieceware right there. As previously stated in the other video with the MM has 2 of them, 1 on each side, and it has 2 pockets in the front. The PM size only has 1 of these little brass pieces, and it only has, let's see how many pockets it has in the front. This is just 1 solid little pocket in the front. So this little thing is so adorable. So I really like this because I like being able to pick up bags and really just put a couple of small things in this. And this is a very nice shoulder and or a crossbody. So for the shoulder size, as you can see, I am 5 foot 6.5 inches, 5'7" on a very, very good day. So this actually fits pretty nice. For a crossbody, it still fits pretty nice. And it has a little brass piece on there as well. So this beautiful bag I was able to get in order to complete my collection. And I actually paid 29,480 yen. As you can see, the price is right there, maybe the glare. So that roughly came out to be about $275, give or take. So not really very expensive, not super, super pricey. There are some things on this bag that I am going to have to repair, but they're not really major repairs because this bag is so little. So one thing I will definitely repair on this, it is a common item that I've had to get repaired on this line of bags, and it is the leather trim for the vachetta. As you can see, the more that it's used, the more that the leather trim gets worn. So depending upon how bad the leather trim is, sometimes I'll send the entire bag in and just get the leather trim replaced, because that's really all that needs to be done on this. So this actually might last for just a little bit while longer, but looking at the straps do look a little bit dry. So I'm going to go ahead and do some conditioning on the straps just to protect the straps, or to dig out any further potential damage to this. Not necessarily like damage, but if the straps are super dry and I need to get the straps replaced as well, that is something else I'd like to know sooner rather than later. So hopefully, hope, fingers crossed, with the coronavirus as it stands right now in Japan, hopefully I will be able to get to Tokyo or even Yokohama in order to get this bag repaired prior to my leaving Japan. So for this video, I'm actually just going to go ahead and put this on a microfiber cloth, and I'm going to go ahead and just start treating some of the dry spots of leather. Let me find after I finish doing this. So I've shown you guys pretty much before. I use a Safer. I love this leather conditioner. It works really, really well. It doesn't really darken the leather too much. It gets in very, very deep. It's a very nice, thick leather conditioner. It's not very watery like a lot of leather conditioners that I found, which actually end up cracking the leather even more, which is really frustrating, especially when you did not originally intend on having to replace a piece of leather. So this bag, actually, if I did replace a piece of leather, it'd probably only be on this one side for this huge strap, or I would just remove the strap altogether and buy like a clip strap, perhaps a very nice Monogram Canvas clipped strap, but not necessarily, definitely not a Vachetta clip strap, because that would kind of, that might work, but the Vachetta will be super off. So probably just doing like a Monogram Canvas strap that has the little clips on it. But actually it doesn't look that bad. So just doing a couple of run-throughs with the leather conditioner. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. The leather pieces on here look really, really nice. The only thing is, like I said, on the sides, you can tell that the Vachetta is kind of worn here, and it is kind of worn here. So if I did get it replaced, I would really just replace this one piece, which would look kind of weird, but I have found that if you condition it and then use saddle soap, it helps to dry it. Not necessarily dry it, but it helps to make it the same color, or a pretty darn close color to this, to the other Vachetta. Found the tag AR0925. It's like a 25. So this bag was made in 95, February of 1995. Yep, February of 1995. So again, this bag is vintage. There's a really good vintage market here in Japan, so I have been able to add a lot of things to my collection. Something else that not really too many people talk about is sometimes when you buy vintage items, depending upon how they're stored, they have that vintage smell, just that smell of storage, and it's sometimes difficult to get out. But something that I have learned is I use something called Oxium, and it's essentially just a deodorizer that I open the bag, I put it inside the bag, and then I close the bag up, and then in a couple of days, the smell is like gone, like completely gone. I have no idea how it works, but I just know that it works. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I finally completed the quadfecta, not really the trifecta, but the quadfecta, and I'm really excited to wear this to work. I should probably definitely start doing some like what's in my bag videos, just to show you how I use all these bags and what I carry in them when I go to work, because I just enjoy having that nice little piece of luxury, and walking down or walking to my job, and just having it and having the ability to add multiple things inside of my bag and not be stressed or worried about leaving something at home. Look how long that strap is. Sidetrack, sorry, sometimes I have like ADD. Is really nice. So I've shown you guys the reporter. I've shown you guys the reporter PM that I have. So eventually I'll have all the videos and a full catalog of all of the bags that I have in my collection. But this one is actually really nice. It's a pretty good find, and I'm really excited to add this one, this beautiful piece, to my collection. So yeah, sorry for like rambling as well as cleaning, but something that I do is I just like to hit up all of the pieces usually as soon as I get it, and especially if I see something on it that looks like it is it's dry, I like to go in and just at least get one first coat of condition, and then after I've let it sit and I let it dry out a little bit, and then I can do a final inspection and actually see like a really good look of how this bag actually ends up looking. Because honestly, like even with this, unless you look really close, you can't even tell how cracked the vachetta is. So that's going to be something that I will be debating on, whether or not I'm going to fully replace just the leather trim, which I probably will, just depending upon how much it costs. Sometimes the cost per repair does not really seem worth it. But in other cases, like my Redone that I had all of the leather replaced, it was totally worth it to me, because spending $900 to have all the leather replaced on a bag that I paid $200 for totals an $1,100 bag, which you can't even get anymore. They don't make it in that size. They don't make that model. And it's still the vintage canvas. So it's the heavier canvas, the tougher canvas that can like really take a beating. Like even this canvas is a really good, nice canvas that can take a beating and keep on ticking. So I will always be a very big proponent for buying vintage and buying pre-loved. Don't get me wrong, I love my new pieces. I always love adding new pieces to my collection. However, I have noticed a very big rise in the number of complaints about the quality control in pieces that are coming out now. And it's sometimes discouraging, not going to lie, only because if the quality is declining that bad right now, then why should I buy a bag that's made in 2020 when I can buy a bag from the 1980s or the 1990s or the early 2000s that have a way better quality and is going to last a lot longer? So yeah, that's just my one little drop in the bucket. So while yes, sometimes the vachetta cracks and it needs to be replaced, and sometimes it could cost you a couple of $100s to replace it, in the long run it's worth it, because you have a model that they no longer make. The only person that's going to have this model with you will be someone that has either A, bought it off the pre-loved market, or 2, originally bought it when it first came out and it's already a vintage piece. So I will always be a very, very big proponent for thrifting, especially bags like this, because the quality is just amazing for the canvas. And the vachetta, you can always get replaced, and then you can always patina it again. So it's not a problem. And I've already had a couple of bags that I've repaired. So as always, thank you for joining me on my channel. Thank you for joining me on this unboxing. If you liked the video, please smash the like button and definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'm thinking about upping the number of videos I do. Maybe I'll do, the Monogram Mondays like I have been doing, and releasing new unboxings or unveilings on Mondays, and then maybe doing something different on Tuesdays or Thursdays. I don't know. I haven't really decided. But as always, thank you for joining me with this unboxing, and happy hunting.